Hi, this is Tracy HD, and I want to thank you for joining me for our monthly April 2016 tarot reading, and this will be for the sign of Taurus. As I shuffle the deck, I'm asking all light beings, angels, and God, please relay the message I need to share with my viewers for the highest good of all. In the beginning of the month, we'll take a card from the top. Middle of the month, we'll take a card from the center. And the end of the month, we'll take a card from the bottom. Okay, Taurus, what do we have for the month of April? We start out with the Nine of Cups. And it's a beautiful, beautiful nighttime sky with a full moon. And the cups, as you know, are a very emotional sign. Okay, very feeling, very... how can I say? I don't want to say necessarily dramatic, but the beginning of this month is going to start out with some type of community gathering, possibly. Okay? This is also known as the wish card. Okay? She is sitting there very peacefully, and she's surrounded by these 9 cups. Okay, and there's a very a festive feel, a very joyous feel with the 9 of Cups. However, it's warning you not to be excessive, not to overeat, not to overdrink, maybe not to become intoxicated with our emotions. She has her eyes closed, okay? And basically, that to me speaks of the wish card. You know, when you close your eyes and make a wish, she's sitting there very peacefully, you know, with her eyes closed, wishing upon something in her life, maybe in the beginning of the month, wishing that something will happen. Okay, but it's a very positive card. But again, be very careful not to become intoxicated with your emotions, not to allow them to take over you, okay, not to fall into, you know, irresponsible excess of over drinking or overeating. It's possible there might be a very busy social life in the beginning of April, okay, and the middle of the month, we're looking at the 9 of Swords, and we have 9 swords. And we have these black crows or ravens surrounding it, and the sky is dark, and it has a very, very mysterious feel to it. And she's laying down, you know, she's resting her head, it looks like on this rock here alongside of her head, and she looks like she's in a dream state. She looks like she's very sleepy, okay? And this card is more or less the card of drama queens, okay? She's exhausted, okay? She's, you know, she's very tired from whatever's going on in the middle of the month. Okay, she's feeling very grief-stricken. Okay, she's just not feeling any inner peace at this point. She's maybe feeling the victim of something. Okay, maybe whatever we're wishing for here in the beginning of the month to change, there hasn't been any change yet, and you're just weary and exhausted from it. Okay, you might even feel in the middle of the month where you're being you know, awake at night, you know, laying there worrying about something, you know, feeling some type of grief. But in the middle of the month, this card is a sign that whatever has been going on has reached its peak, and things will begin to settle down in your life. Okay, and not to give in to the dramatics of it, not to be over dramatic. And then by the end of the month, we have the 2 of Swords. Okay, we have 2 sword cards back to back. And the 2 of Swords has this woman, she's blindfolded, and she's holding 2 swords crossed in front of her. And there's, again, these black crows and that mysterious sky, you know. And this is a card where, for some reason, at the end of the month, you can't seem to make a decision. Okay, and you need to solve whatever problem it is that you're going through, okay, with your head. Okay, but at this point, at the end of the month, okay, you're going to need to balance both your heart and your mind to make this decision. So in the beginning of the month, you're wishing, okay, that something is going to change, okay? It's a very festive atmosphere. We've got to watch that we don't, overdo it with our emotions, overdo it with, maybe food or alcohol. In the middle of the month, we're feeling a little exhausted and tired from whatever we've been going through. Okay, we got to make sure that we don't let the drama take hold of us where we're exhausted like this in the middle of the month. At the end of the month, we're still feeling like we're struggling. Okay, for some reason, we just cannot seem to hear our inner voice. Maybe because of so much going on, when you're caught up in the drama of something, okay, your mind is just racing, and when your mind is racing, you can't hear your inner voice until you calm yourself down and ground yourself. So for some reason at the end of the month, you're feeling like you're having blocked emotions. You need to make a decision. Okay, you need to ground yourself. Some type of a decision is going to have to be made at the end of the month. And it's possibly whatever's taking place in the middle of the month has you so exhausted that by the end of the month, something's got to give. But like I said, you got to realize that you have to make a decision with a balancing of your head and your heart being involved. We don't want you to get, as emotional as this card is in the beginning of the month. Okay, try to keep grounded. Think it out equally with both your heart and your head, because sometimes your heart says to do one thing and your head says to do another. The best way to decide is to calmly ground yourself and not let your emotions get in the way at the end of the month. And you'll be much more clear thinking, much more of a cool head. And very, very interesting month for you. And if you've enjoyed this reading, please subscribe to my channel because I will be back.